Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It is a lovely Monday night. Indeed, what a glorious Monday it is. Last week, I made a video replying to some lies and smears that were put against me. People were accusing me of being a pedophile based off an unsubstantiated screenshot, and it was absolutely false. And what happened was, these all started from a particular individual known as Spectre, which some of you may be familiar with the guy. He was on the kill stream once and said that he had Pentagon contacts. We'll get into that into a bit. But the guy made a number of videos on me, and today he took them all down. And we're going to go dig into that because it's a really interesting story. Now, let me just go bring that up real quick. Give me a second. It's been a while. Okay. Huh. Spectre's been tweeting a lot of things today. He's been hiding, going ahead, tweeting about me behind a block. Here he is. The guy who went ahead, made 3 separate videos about me being a pedophile. Suddenly he's singing a different tune. Suddenly, like, his story is changing. It's going around differently. Let me just read this off. You may have noticed the JMK videos on YouTube are not available for you to see. This is the reason as to why that is right now. Sorry if it doesn't answer all your questions. That's intriguing. What could possibly be the reason that he took down those pieces? I mean, he told everyone that he doesn't want to release unsubstantiated rumors. He told people that he's an honest guy, that he wants people to respect him as like an objective journalist of some kind. And yes, he does call himself a journalist, by the way. Let's open this up. Oh, it looks like it's a post from Kiwi Farms. It says, I'm going to cover something that happened today, and I'm going to apologize in advance if it seems like it's wishy-washy or not clear. Under legal advice is being done this way. Oh boy. Oh boy. Super secret agent Spectre has a little bit of a complication here. Over the weekend, I was informed by my friend in the Boston field office that 2 agents would be visiting me today to talk over the stuff that I had provided in the JMK videos. To cover my ass, as I am a firm believer in doing so, I had my lawyer present. You know this is serious business. He's getting the lawyers involved. He's making sure that everything's cleared. FBI is coming right to his door, giving him a little knock. The agents were cordial and nice and explained a few things to me that I can't repeat due to paperwork signed at the time. Oh, can't know everything, can we? They requested that I take down my videos on the subject after I said that would go against my position and make me appear to be covering my ass because of defamation and the like. Oh yeah, that's totally not the case here. That couldn't be it. They said that was immaterial, and they were only asking to begin with because I was, in a way, a suspect in anything. Oh boy. This is some hot, juicy stuff right here. However, they did show me a court order allowing them to take my electronics and to go through them as I may have material information. I know what that sounds like, and any inference is yours alone. Remember, guys, we got to rely on those rational inferences. And I'll get into like the whole rational inference meme these guys keep using to justify their shoddy reporting and fact-finding and theory-making in a bit. But let's just keep on reading the post. However, they did show me okay, let's see. I know that sounds like I know what that sounds like, and any inference is yours alone. I am not saying anything beyond that. I then agreed to do so under one condition. If my FOIA remains unanswered by May, I would be allowed to put... Remember, guys, he can put conditions on the FBI here. He can tell the FBI, I'll comply if you do something for me. He's got those tight connections to every single government agency. If my FOIA remains unanswered by May, I would be allowed to put the videos back up. I have that agreement signed by the head agent, and my attorney is keeping it at the moment in her office. Some things they showed me, again, NDA, confirmed some suspicions, but now I have a few questions. Suffice it to say, this is not as simple as it first sounded, and even the FOIA may not have asked the right questions. If I file a new one asking for anything related to what I was shown, then our agreement is off. they will officially serve me with the order and take my electronics, as they will consider it a breach of the papers I signed governing the disclosure of what I saw. I am hamstringed, but hopefully this will provide a lot more information on all of this. Any further messages I may want to put out on this matter will have to be looked over by my attorney first to make sure I don't screw anything up. And for the record, no, JMK did not call the cops or the FBI or try to swat me. This was something not exactly routine. It was triggered by having my friend hand-deliver the FOIA request, apparently. Wow. Wow, that's quite a tale there. And here's the thing. I don't believe a word of it. I think this is complete bullshit. This guy keeps on saying that he's got all these tight connections, got the hot scoop on everything. And the thing is, that's not even how FOIA works. You send in an FOIA request, and the government gets back to you if they feel like it. Later on, they tell you, like, okay, this is what we know, or this is what we don't know. Yeah, exactly, it's a LARP. This is what this guy does, and he has a history of doing this. Man. The thing is, if you guys watch the video I released, which, by the way, if the FBI is knocking on his door because of a screenshot he shared, why aren't they giving me a knock on my door? Because I use material in my video, I take material from his videos and show it on screen, including the screenshot that he used to show that, oh no, John Kelly is an incestuous pedophile. If that's the case, why am I not being investigated? Why do I not have FBI agents knocking on my door? This is utterly absurd and ridiculous. This guy would be thinking that people would fall for this. And keep in mind, let's see it. Oh no, let's see it here. I just scroll down here. I'll just get it this way. Huh, did he take down the tweet? Let's see real quick. There we go. Oh, how about that? He deleted the tweet. He deleted the tweet. Oh. Okay, that's... Oh, man. Let me just confirm this real quick. Okay, no, he didn't delete it. I'm just being a boomer at the moment. Alright. Here's the thing. He blocked me on top of that. John Michael Kelly finally got the block today. I have a personal preference for blocking pedophiles on the internet, and I'll be damned if I'm going to let this social climbing, clout-chasing buffoon try to weasel his way into views from me and others who may follow me. Yeah, this is the response of a guy who's being totally honest and straightforward with you. He's going to block the guy he's making a bunch of accusations against and hide on the Twitters, hide on Nick Rekieta's Discord, tell people of like-minded what they want to hear, and then just bank on them just blindly believing him when he doesn't have any evidence whatsoever. Let's get some more stuff. Oh, this is what he tweets afterwards. It ties in perfectly. So here's a screenshot he took of a comment I left on of a YouTube comment I left, and we'll get into that in a bit. And this is his take on it. Translation: if you don't listen and believe my narrative about Rekieta Media being a piece of shit grifter, criminal, and doxer without me providing any evidence, then don't come to defend him because you're ignoring my narrative, and that's not fair to me. Well, the thing is, I don't need a narrative, Spectre. I have proof and facts on my side. You can go ahead and watch the streams I did on Nick Rekieta's Discord of Doxing Secrets. In particular, the one with Spectre in the title, and the one with Joseph TX in the title. He's actively doing this. Nick Rekieta is opening his doors to doxers to help him find information and dirt to gather on his enemies. And he's actively promoting this behavior. That's not untrue. This has all been confirmed. And you can go ahead and ask the moderator of Nick Rekieta's Discord, Keck. He will tell you this as well. He was on my show and he confirmed all these things. Yeah. So that's not bullshit. That's actually what happened. But here's the thing. The guy blocks me, and he posts this on Twitter. Where did he find this comment? Huh, where could he have possibly found it? Let's see here. Let's see. Oh, hang on a second. Let me grab that link real quick. Don't worry, I have it.
Then it's, well, I was at this...
Okay. There we go. We'll just show it right here. Put it right there.
Then it's...
Okay, so this is the video I uploaded. Debunking I Stand With Vic false allegations. Scroll down a bit. Can we find this comment? Maybe it's just like something he skimmed over real quick. Nope, I'm not seeing it. Not seeing it. Oh, it's not here. Oh, it's here. In reply. Gotta click another thing over here. It's a reply to someone else in this YouTube comments thread. Huh. So this coward, this absolute coward, who's multiple times said that he would not go on my show. I challenged him to go ahead and come on here because he didn't like what I was saying about him. He thought that what I was saying about him was untrue or whatever. And I offered him, hey, come on the show. You could debate me. And people who've been watching this show know that I've taken on hostile guests before. And they did very well against me. In fact, you could even say some of them beat me in those debates. But this guy, this absolute cretin, he can't show up. He refuses to. But he will harp on about me 24/7. He will make defamatory smear pieces on me on his YouTube channel and then delete them once he gets blown the fuck out and make up a tall tale about how the FBI won't let him keep the videos up, which is really convenient. And on top of that, he's actively going through the comment section of my YouTube channel and taking screenshots in order to dunk on me on Twitter behind a block. This guy is absolutely ass-blasted. And I think that this all stems from the fact that I keep on making fun of him because he made up another tall tale where he told Zoom, like a guy who's a controversial guy who's done some not so good things and actually he's done some good things too. He told him that he was going to go over to the Pentagon and tell guys like General Dumford and General Mattis and others that he was going to have them stop everything and launch an investigation into him based on internet rumors. I'm going to play that clip because I think that clip should be played from here until after eternity's end. Man. Let's see some other dumb shit he's been saying. Oh, we got this here. Because, you know, he has to stay on top of the latest I Stand With Vic scoop. And he says, request for comment with Atlas. We'll see what they say on this matter. And how does he greet them? Greetings, I'm Spectre06 and am an independent journalist covering various topics in entertainment, mostly video games. I've been informed that you have recently fired Amanda Wynn Lee, a voice actor for Persona 5, possibly from her statements and derogatory comments made at, I can't pronounce this, made at a convention this past weekend concerning Vic Mignogna. Any chance you could give me a statement on this? Thank you. So, here's Spectre, I mean, he's even calling himself a fucking journalist. How, you release smear pieces from sources that you can't disclose, you change your story on how you got those sources, you fuck up with the research, and you're calling yourself a quote-unquote journalist. This is absolute autism. This guy is an absolute sped, and he can't help himself. And the thing is, I don't know how crazy he is versus how malicious he is, because this guy's actions are just so insane. I think there's some other good bits over here. Ah, yes, this one. This is before he decided to block me. Here I am, linking the video. He's getting no traction with this because he realizes, hey, this is kind of bullshit. And he says here, my response to JMK, no, you're not getting a video response. You don't rate it. Yet you'll make, half a dozen videos about me? Because, yeah, I forgot to mention, he made, he made 2 streams on me before that video series. 2 streams about me personally. Does the phrase rent-free, which these guys love to use, not come to mind? Alright, but let's look at what his response is to the video. And this is, again, another Kiwi Farms post. Again, it's always great to get opinions from people who will agree with you. Since no one's posted since I did, I'll give him a response to some of his claims, just not the video response he was hoping for. Innocent until proven guilty. rich coming from a guy who said that because so many women have come out to claim Vic sexually assaulted them, then he's very likely a sexual predator. Huh. Well, you see, the problem here is your evidence was a fake screenshot. The evidence against Vic Mignogna is you have all those witnesses against him. So that's, what's the term for that? A false equivalence there? And secondly, let's just say that the people like who think that Vic is creepy or a pervert because it's not fucking normal for a 50-year-old guy to be kissing 14-year-old girls. Let's just say those people are disingenuous and they're just on a witch hunt. How does that make you any better than... Are you comparing yourself to them? Are you any better than them at this point? Let's go to the second one. Oh, this is a really good one. Justifies homophobic slur against Keck. Oh, okay, so he has an issue with homophobic comments, does he? And remarks like that? Let's see. No, I have it up here. Here's a clip. The context of this clip is, this is from a stream I did with Senpai is Home. After I left the stream, Senpai decided to jump into another chat channel in his Discord to see what they were saying. Let's take a listen to this.
I will go ahead and go into the VC. We're taking a hell of a lot of call-ins here right now. We're going to go ahead, go inside, see what these people have to say.
The majority didn't say no. They said not just no, but fuck no. That was the official... So, like that's the entire thing. I will say right now, I'm not going to go on his show because why would I? You saw what he was like here. Why would I want to be on a show with him?
I already know because he's been on my main Discord.
And the fact that he literally refused Spectre to literally, I don't know, come on the voice call or something.
Damn. That was kind of, and I was promoting that. Like, we are neutral.
Right, he's been a hypocrite. That's been a degenerate.
But that's the thing. Is like I have no problems being on a neutral platform with the guy and calling him a fucking faggot to his face.
Oh, hang on. This guy who's upset over homophobic slurs and comments like that, and he calls me a leftist, by the way. He says that he's willing to come on to a show and call me a faggot right to my face. So let's get this straight. This guy is trying to like appeal to like the Kick Vickers by telling them that, oh, you need to disassociate from this guy. He's using homophobic language, but he openly uses it himself. That's, I don't know, guys. I think someone's being a little disingenuous here. That's just me. Maybe I'm wrong about that. But he continues. Says Keck is still on his server, and I'm thus disingenuous. The screenshot came from your server, which you admit. And since you banned me from your server, I cannot confirm that he's still there. Nor do I care. I made a rational inference. There's that meme again. Based on you saying he could come back when he got help. Yeah, okay. So, firstly, I don't fake screenshots. That's your department, Spectre. You're the guy who uses faulty sources and quote-unquote rational inferences to go ahead and try to condemn people. And also, if you need proof that Keck's in the server, let's just show that right now. Okay. Here we go. The Discord server. There's Keck. That's his account. You can see he's verified with it on his from his Twitter. And yeah, he's there. He's actually a pretty okay dude overall. So yeah, there you go. Crystal clear proof. Let's continue. Amidst filing privacy complaints, Rich, considering he'd said previously he doesn't file reports for violations of the terms of service. Where did I say that, Spectre? I don't remember saying that. I don't. Like, maybe I said it like a few years ago, back when I was a free speech advocate or something like that. But the thing is, like, honestly, I don't say I don't do that. But here's the thing. There's a bit of more context here he's leaving out, but we'll get to that in a moment. But then at 8 minutes in, admits he did it. He did, and will do so again, to shut down videos critical of him. No, Spectre. You went ahead and you took a picture of my face, which again, I didn't put that out there. Other people found that and decided to spread it, and you decided to use it on your video. So yeah, I'm going to file a privacy complaint. That's so, yeah. What's more, the rational inference of him reporting my Discord comes from Discord itself. No, that's a lie. When your Discord account gets suspended, they don't tell you why it was suspended. They're not going to be like, this guy reported you for this. That doesn't happen. He's just bullshitting here. And is gloating about it in his server. That's funny that he uses my server as evidence when before he said he can't go into my server to verify anything. But on top of that, no, I didn't. I didn't gloat about your Discord account being banned. What are you talking about? What's more, the Twitter suspension had only his account linked in the replies, and since Nick's account is banned, there is no reason to believe he did it. That leaves, literally, only JMK as the little culprit. Since you lied previously about reporting people who hurt your fifis, it's a logical and rational conclusion that you did it as well, given your previous actions. Or, you know, someone else did it. I outright told you I wasn't the one who did it, man. What more do you want? You're going to need a little bit more proof than just your irrational inferences there. Number 4. I stand with Vic are hypocrites for listening and believing my position. No, I've actually had a lot of people question me about the validity of the initial video, hence why I put a second video linking you directly in to the handle UJ Daedalus. Man, that's a lot of listen and believe from I Stand With Vic going on when they were the ones most critical of me. There's no proof that anyone was anyone from I Stand With Vic. Well, there's been a few people critical of him, but I'm not believing this narrative he's telling. And the other thing is, I addressed both the first video, the second video, and the third video. And all of it was still bullshit. Just because you make multiple videos on a subject doesn't prove you're right. Let's continue. Even if the screenshots are real, I can't prove he made the posts. Well, by that logic, I guess since there's no proof we actually landed on the moon, we didn't land there, did we? And I guess since there's no real proof that OJ killed his wife, then he didn't do it, right? Well, here's the funny thing about that last point. About, bringing up OJ Simpson. A common talking point by I Stand With Vic is that because Vic was never prosecuted for a crime, he was never convicted, you can't, like, say that, you know, he did anything wrong. The thing is, OJ Simpson was acquitted in a court of law of the crime of murder. So, which is it? I mean, like, you can't just make the statement that you magically know that OJ Simpson was the murderer. Like, yeah, of course, this is a ridiculous standard here, but he's being completely hypocritical. And the thing is, like, he wants to go on about the screenshots about even if the post is real, it proves it's you. No, that's not the case because anyone can come up with a username, 1. And 2, if he wants to go on by the unique string line, I always make sure, whenever I use that old username, UJ Daedalus, I always capitalize the UJ part of it. And, yeah. Number 5. Even if the screenshots are real, oh, I already read that one. My bad. 6. Source being S4T. Yes, my source is a guy who was sentenced in 2018 to 17 years in the slammer. 100% you caught me in the autistic Illuminati that S4T runs from behind bars, like the mafia don you're afraid he is. No, that's not it at all. The reason why I asked if S4T is your source is because S4T is an absolute spurg who did not the same thing as you. He didn't sink as low as being the piece of shit you are. But what he did do was he found the UJ Daedalus name and he Googled Daedalus and looked up as many sources trying to connect me to the Daedalus name. In fact, let's play a bit of that for a moment, because I think some context for that is required. Okay, just give me one quick second here. There we go. Okay. And we'll just put that right here. I'll play like the first few minutes of this.
Because if you don't, dude, fucking the wolves are gonna have at you.
Alright, I'm recording, I guess. But I'm currently not streaming because as expected. Yeah.
Whatever questions you have, I'm willing to answer them. Go ahead. First question.
You're doing that.
I told you, tell me your fucking story, nigger.
You're gonna have to do better questions than that.
I said, tell me your fucking story, nigger, before we annihilate you.
Okay.
We know who the fuck you are, Dawn! Kelly, Rose, Dr. Daedalus! I know who the fuck you are, John!
Shrieking isn't going to help. Didn't I already tell you that?
This isn't the fucking stream that's going on air! I'm telling you right now what the fuck is up, bitch!
Who's Dr. Daedalus? I recall using the name Daedalus, but not Dr. Daedalus. You got that one wrong.
Alright, that was a bit of that mayhem. The time when Seattle for Truth brought me into a call to interrogate me over the name Daedalus. Man. By the way, chat, no, this isn't pre-recorded or anything like that. Yes, I do see your post there. I might take a few callers in at the end. If you want in, just give me a second. Just wait in the voice channel on my Discord, and I might have a couple people on. Also, apparently I forgot that Seattle for Truth released a few racial epithets. Meh. Whatever. Okay. So, where was I? Yes, let's go back to that post. Let's see. Okay. Alright. Give me 1 second. Number 7. Rekieta and Medicare. I actually got pissed with the... Spectre says, Rekieta and Medicare. I actually got pissed with the individual who sent it to Jim, because I don't believe it's worthy of Jim's time for one thing, and two, I am still looking into the same stuff, and I know he likes all his ducks in a row. Kuruno was taken to task for it. Rackets mentioned it because he finds it funny, and unlike you, I provide evidence of my claims, and I provide context, two things you simply never do because it would BTFO your narratives. Oh, okay, so the context of you didn't find, you got the source from 3 individuals, you got the source from 1 individual. I lied about using the name Dr. Daedalus by citing the fact that I used it after the interview. What else? The FBI that you've been contacting and totally sent an FOIA request? Come on, dude. And also, here's another thing he let slip. Kuruno was taken to task for it. Why the fuck do you care what this other guy does? If there's no coordination going on here, you wouldn't be taking people to task. Going by your own story, that proves that you guys are in a clique and watching each other and giving each other instructions as to what to do and how to present yourselves. And the thing about Rekieta, yeah, let's see. Oh, so Rekieta just played the video just because he liked it. Well, I like how he does this little revisionist history thing, but the thing is, I got the clip of it. And you can listen to Rekieta's own words yourself.
I'm just harmlessly perusing the internet, Twitter, innocently. And I come across a tweet from Jim. Well, not Jim. Jim's friend, Mr. Anti-Bully. People brought up Rekieta and someone he was arguing with getting outed for weird stuff. No, Jim language. Anyone have links to what that was about? Gator had a handy post that I hadn't seen here. And it says, Thidran's former best friend, John Kelly, who has been going at Rekieta and Vic supporters and passive-aggressively trying to get your attention for months, got outed by Spectre and Kiwi Farms for posting about touching his kid sister on a pedo forum. And let's, here we actually have the screenshot, because it always helps to have the receipts.
Okay, pausing here for a quick moment. Notice how he says, no, it's always good to have the receipts. This is like 100% confirmed just based on the screenshot. And this is how he's presenting it as. And that this is a curious thing to put up here. Yeah, let's continue this.
Oh, it's not letting me zoom in more than this on the actual picture. How annoying is that? I hate everything about this. But, okay, I'll read it. It's in really tiny print. I hope you guys can see it. But it says, I don't want to go into too much detail right now, But a few years ago, I ended up doing something I am ashamed of with my younger sister. I don't know if she remembers it, and I'm afraid that she'll tell my parents. It was a moment of weakness, and we were both young. This is allegedly John Michael Kelly. I want to point this out. This is allegedly John Michael Kelly. Both of us were under 16, and she was younger than me by a bit. By a bit. Not sure what the bit is. I'm sure she's still the same bit younger than him that she was. I was curious. I want to seek help because I've been feeling something else over the past few weeks thinking about her, and I'm scared of what this could mean. That is allegedly the account of John Michael Kelly. Spectre has done a video on it here. I'm not going to watch the whole video.
Also, that's another curious note. He says, I'm not going to watch the whole video. But yet, here he is presenting people to it, showing it, telling people to go check it out.
I have no idea what it says, but it's John Michael Kelly's Chickens Come Home to Roost. So if you guys want to check out Spectre Speaks video, you can see here what he has to say about it. I can put the link in the... Maybe I should put the link in the description. Try and remember. I can do that real quick. Spectre's video on JMK. There you go. That is saved. All right. So if you guys want to check out Spectre's video, go do so after this show or during, you know, however you roll is cool. But that's that.
Yeah. So he even puts it in the link in the description. This isn't for the lulz. This isn't just, oh, this is just for funsies. No, this is a video that Nick agrees with. A video that apparently he hasn't watched the whole thing. But, you know, he puts it in there. It's also from a friend of his. Let's get that right up. Hang on one second. Let me go back to that one. Give me 1 second, guys. This is one of Spectre's stupider mistakes. He really should not have said this in the video. Because these guys like to pretend that they're all independent. They're not in a clique. They're not working with each other. Now, give me 1 second. Yet we get a little bit... this.
Nick Rekieta's new account, I set up. I set that up. Because I wasn't banned. And then I transferred ownership to him because the terms of service say you can't create the account if you're banned.
So this is a guy that Nick Rekieta happens to be finding on the internet, just perusing around and finding, and he neglects to disclose that this is a personal internet friend of his, or a personal acquaintance of his at the very least, that he works with to evade Twitter bans and do other stuff. Yeah. So this is the honest guy that this guy is. This is the kind of people that are leading this movement against false allegations.
So, and here I was making fun of a fat whale all day, and that much more interesting thing was going on. So that's, so I don't know about that. I don't know about this. Now, Gator has since clarified that part of the way they know that that's JMK is that the username on the forum matches the username on his YouTube channel. They're the
Also, this is also another thing. Nick makes this mistake here of admitting that he's been speaking to Gator right there. Let's listen to that again.
Forum matches. Gator has since clarified that part of the way they know that that's JMK is that the username on the forum matches the username on his YouTube channel. They're the same, and they're not like, it's not a common username. It's not like Bill or something, right? And it's not John Michael Kelly or anything like that. It's a unique string. So you guys can check that out if you want and make up your own mind. Seems like John Kelly went really quiet a little while ago. I don't know exactly why. There's some theories about why, but you know, they're just theories. So I don't know if he's spoken up since, but whew, interesting people we run into in these dark times.
So, as you can see, this is just about taking somebody out. This isn't about honesty. Nick Rekieta doesn't give a shit about people getting defamed on the internet. He doesn't care that Vic Mignogna is being smeared or anything like that. That's all an act. He's faking it. He's doing it for views and clicks, and he wants the money. Let's talk about Gator for a second. Let's talk about... Oh, okay. Big Brain Take in the chat. Wow, at least Nick doesn't grasp at straws. Well, he grasped at a big one right here, my friend. Alright, but enough of that. Let's talk about Gator. Gator's this guy who's going around linking this to Mr. Metokur, hoping Mr. Metokur would bite onto this. Because they gotta push this thing. Gator hates my guts. Spectre hates my guts. They're both connected to Nick Rekieta. They love this shit. They get a thrill off of it. They want to tear people down, destroy them. So he does this. So he uses Spectre as a source. He's even spreading this on Twitter over here, linking the video. Which, by the way, another thing I noticed before I started the stream, this video he has that he says that he had to remove from his channel, it's not removed. It's not actually gone. He privated it. So that's another lie that Spectre has told. And he's going ahead, promoting his other Twitter, promoting another video of his. But here's the funny thing. Here's the thing I don't get about Gator and his Galaxy Brain takes. Remember, I keep on mentioning Spectre and his Pentagon connections and how he fucked up that one time. Let's listen to that. Let's take a look at that. Let's take a closer look at the context behind that.
He's been begging to come on. Spectre, you have 30 seconds, sir, to give your take, and don't say I never did anything for you. Spectre, go ahead.
All right. So, you're claiming GS13.
Okay, so notice two things. Firstly, notice who's in the call. Gator is right here. He's right there listening to Spectre say something really retarded at the moment. And notice that Ralph wasn't like, yeah, come on the show, Spectre. We want the scoop. We want your gaming journalist skills right here. He invites him on, and as he has him on, he's dismissive of him, and he says, "Don't say I didn't do anything for you." All right, let's listen to the rest of this.
TNSC status, correct, Zoom? I'm sorry, you're really low.
He said, I believe, yes.
Okay, cool. So you're claiming to be the pay grade equivalent in the civilian government of a light colonel or full commander. You understand that as an actual government employee, which I am as an 03E, as a former enlisted captain in the Marine Corps, and my ass is going down to the Pentagon next fucking week for at least a day, and I'm sitting down with Secretary Mattis and Chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff, General Dunford, among others, I bring this up to them because we have had such a fucking issue that I become a mandated fucking reporter that I have to report this entire thing. And if you don't think that they're not going to fucking subpoena shit, they will hand this shit off to the FBI. They will ship this off to the intel battalions in Okinawa and fucking at Fort Washuka, and they will fucking drag your shit up because they're not going to tolerate this. So if you are lying about this, if you are an actual pedophile, stand the fuck by because they are going to find out, and they are not going to fucking take this. They are not going to take this well.
Okay.
Okay, so let me just adjust the volume here. All right. So that was Spectre giving this extremely tall tale about how he's going to personally talk to General Mattis, General Dunford. He's on his way to the Pentagon. He's been assigned as a reporter because of all this shit. Nobody believes that. That's not how the military works. And it honestly makes me question if he's actually a Marine or not, but we won't go there. Instead, here's the big question I have. Why is Gator using Spectre as a source based on his FBI contacts, based on his videos and shit like that? And why is Spectre still stand by the claim? Those tweets are still up. He's told me on Twitter after I called him out for some other bullshit he's been spreading. He says he still believes Spectre's video. It's a really weird thing. But it's not really weird when you take into account the character of these people. Not only the character of these people, but the motivations of these people, etc. And this is what they do. They're not, again, they get this, they have this need and this sensation to go after people. It's all they really have. They don't really have anything else other than, because when they don't go after people, when they're not attacking people, when they're just making normal stuff, this is the kind of content that they create. Dumb streams that nobody watches, that's from a channel that's almost dead, gets very little views, and the only chance this guy has attraction is by appealing to the I Stand With Vic audience and just milking them for all they're worth. And that's why he has to go ahead. He thought I was a sitting duck. He was wrong. He got blown the fuck out, and he hid the videos out of shame. If Nick Rekieta himself did not tell him to do that, which I'm holding as a strong possibility at this point. Because remember, Spectre admitted that he told that other guy to cut that out. Don't do that. That's the behavior of these people. They have to keep each other in check for the sake of optics. And this is what this community is. They have to drive their narratives. They have to push this money-making scheme so that way they can fund lawsuits that have no chance of ever succeeding. Because right now, the case is at a point where they have to appeal a ruling from a hearing so that way they can go to court. So that way they can go to discovery. And if they win that appeal, they can go to discovery. And if they get past discovery, they might go to court. But they'll never even make it that far because this case had no chance in hell to begin with, because none of the foundations for this case being built are at all sound or valid or anything like that. And Nick's hoodwinked so many people on the lie this case has a chance. And he's still going at it. And he's still using, and even after all this shit has come out, they're still at it. Alright, I think Spectre had one more point. Yeah, he did. Let's see. Okay, let me just finish reading the rest of this. Racket's mentioned because he finds it funny, and unlike... Oh yeah, I read that part. Let's go to number 8. I Stand With Vic needs to get rid of him. Aside from me, no one notices you. I just think you're a garbage human being, and your continued ability to prove it when you open your mouth shows that. Good try, though. Oh man, I'm a garbage human being, so that's why he's going ahead and making these lies and defamation claims and defamatory comments against me. Man. And as far as nobody noticing, yeah, why did Nick Rekieta show on his stream? This guy's not very bright. And here's the thing. If Spectre wants to come on here and defend himself, I'm opening the doors. He can come on here. If Gator wants to come on here and defend himself, he can come on. He can defend himself. If Nick Rekieta has the balls to come here, which he doesn't because he's an impotent little man, and that probably, he can come here. But no, none of them are going to show up because they realize that they fucked up. Spectre's on the run. He's coping like a motherfucker. And they're not going to show up. None of them are. And the thing is, it's like, there's also another thing I wanted to show. Something I didn't put in the video that I'll just show now. Let me just look at a couple things. I think I'm missing a few things here. There's a couple clips that I won't play. I don't think that they're really all that important. Okay. So, what were some of the ways that Spectre could have investigated this post and seen if this were true? Let's listen to... True. Now, when I do a dig for something, or I'm looking for something, investigating some kind of rumor or something like that, or if I get a screenshot that's sent my way, and I'm not sure if it's true or not, and, you know, there's some doubt there, I see if I can find where it's from, where it came from. And I did this with this screenshot to see if, like, this screenshot, if this post was actually real. So, let's see what the site is first.
The individual said to me that they knew the forum he had posted on was a pedophile forum taken down in 2014 or 2015, as he put it, almost overnight, called WeLookButDon'tTouch.net. They had taken screenshots of hundreds, if not thousands of individuals who had posted about having touched a child or something like that and sent it to the FBI.
Okay, so let's go ahead and put in that website into a few domain history pages. Let's see, WeLookButDon'tTouch.net. Look this up. Nope, I'm not a robot. Go. Huh, we did not find any results for your lookup. Oh, that's kind of weird. Spectre's source turns out to have given him a lead to a fake website. Let's try another one. WeLookButDon'tTouch.net. Never registered before. No website title given. Nothing. There's like no history behind this. Huh. That is so weird. Let's go to this one. Another Whois lookup. Zero changes and 0 drops ever. 0 years. That's really weird. You know, why did this objective, fact-hunting, fact-finding journalist ever bother to do some basic research on this? That is so weird. There's also another thing I want to show. So here's the thing. Here's what I think happened. I think Spectre got duped. I think that one of my old enemies what came to him, because I pissed off a lot of people back when Gamergate was around, which it's funny, they always bring that up. They're always harping on that. And I think one of them reached out to Spectre, they gave him a shoop, and he took the bait, and he ran with it. And he slammed, and he Wile E. Coyote himself right into a wall. And now he can't admit that he's wrong. He can't apologize, so instead he comes up with a tall tale about how the FBI investigated him. That's what happened here. And I'm curious if Nick Ricade is going to come out with a retraction. I'm curious if Gator's going to come out with a retraction. And I'm really curious because this hurts the credibility of so many people involved with this. And it's like he's telling people like, and apparently also I hear he's also been promoting this on the Kiwi Farms thread. As my video showed, I know the Kiwi Farms thread was put under the pedo tag. It hurts the credibility of Kiwi Farms. Also, one other thing about that thread that I'll comment on. Someone sent me this image. This is a weird one. Now, you might not notice at first, think, okay, what does this have to do with anything? Why does this particular image matter? Well, let's just zoom in a little bit. Does this look familiar to you? This is an original post of the thread. That's King of Pole's exceptional detective avatar. And also apparently was confirmed that this screenshot came from him. Did the guy who made this thread, did the moderator who made this thread, is he King of Pole? Is this Queen of Paws? Now, the thing about Queen of Paws is that he gets really upset, and a lot of people have been over like his insecurities about his failings in life, about this or that thing. And the thing about this is that my big question about this is this all because I made fun of the fact that he lied about being married to this Sarah girl? This person who was previously in a relationship with Weeb, a hacker known as Weave, that he started to form a relationship to show how Chad and macho he is. And he was all made up, it was all a lie. Because I remember having a counter of King of Pole a couple of years ago. I think that's why he has such a massive hate boner towards me. And I also highly suspect that Spectre is working for him. I know that Spectre likes to run his little ops. I know that he let a little slip in one of his videos where he said, this is information that we found. Some of the stuff that Spectre was bringing up in his videos and some of the stuff he's been saying on Twitter has fallen in line with the whole, oh, well, John Kelly was making death threats towards Zoe Quinn, and bring up the whole my burgers and fries boogeyman, which if you don't know what burgers and fries is, it's it was a channel that was used to talk about Gamergate issues back in the day. King of Pole got absolutely blown the fuck out by them. And ever since then, he's been going around telling people about how they've been doing all kinds of nasty, horrible things. And that's the thing. And I have a strong feeling he's involved. I have a feeling Nick Rickey is involved. I'm not saying that's the case. I just want to be clear here. I'm not saying that's necessarily the case. I just suspect that given the cliquish behavior that these individuals that all seem to gravitate and swirl and swim in the same soup in, there is some coordination going on here. And yeah, I think that this should be, and I don't think this should go away. I think it should stick around for a while. And I think the people involved, I think there more questions should be asked. I think more people should come forward about their shenanigans. So, all right. So let's see. There was a couple other things I wanted to get into. Let's see. Okay. All right. So one more thing. There was a couple other things I wanted to go into. I don't know if I'll go over it tonight. It's getting kind of late. I did say I might take some calls. Let's see. Okay, I'll let this person on, but only temporarily. EarJuice wants to come on. It wasn't quite such a good experience last time, but I'll let him in. Why not? Okay, just give me a second. Hello, you're on the air?
Hey man, how's it going?
It's going pretty good.
Yeah.
Last time you were here, you had to gather information for a hit piece you did on me?
Did a
couple of hit pieces?
I thought the video had already come out by then, hadn't it? I can't remember.
I think you were in like part 1. You did like 4 or 5 videos on me.
No, I only did the one. I only did one. I was going to do 2 and it never came out.
Okay, so what are you on here tonight for?
Oh, I'm just here to get your perspective on things with this, because I totally agree with you. I think Spectre's jumped the gun a bit.
A bit?
And so is Gator, so yes.
Why do you think that people rely on Spectre as a source, given his history?
Well, I don't think that people do. Gator obviously certainly posted the videos and endorsed it, and I think that would be my theory for why Nick Rickey, because I'm sure Spectre talks to Nick in the Discord all the time, but I'm guessing since Gator was the one that posted it out, Nick Rickey's sort of seen that as a reliable source and then has spoken about it on stream.
Yeah, but he linked Spectre's video in the description and he told everyone to go watch it.
Yeah, well, he does that. You know, he's sort of like, hey, I don't have time to play it, but, you know, he always does shout-outs for people, especially for his Discord.
Yeah, but this is less of a shout-out. This is more of a, hey, here's this piece accusing this guy of all these different things, and you should just go ahead and believe it.
Yeah, no, I get that, man. Yeah, I get that. He's certainly well, he's certainly endorsed it, hasn't he? So
yep.
Yes, I can completely understand John Kelly. Yeah, because I was actually going to talk about this on stream this coming weekend. Because a lot's happened between last time we spoke. I did all of part 1, and then you know, people keep alluding to the Gamergate Revolt days and Ethereum and all of that shit.
Yeah, and, like a lot of people gotten that stuff wrong. Like, just if you look through the research,
it leads down a tunnel of spurgatory.
Yeah.
Sides.
Oh yeah, yeah.
On both sides, yes. I got into the thick of it.
Yeah, like honestly, like the best way, like, sorry to cut you off, but the best way to the best way to describe Gamergate, it was like the world internet's biggest flame war. Like, in terms of scope and time, it lasted like for, I mean, there's some people that are still into that shit.
Yeah, that's true. Because like, I think, like, I'm going to make it knowing that King of Pole was the person that hit me up. And so that's why I was saying he doesn't like you much. So I actually spoken to King of Pole, and I have recordings that never got released. I didn't know it was King of Pole at the time. He accidentally outed himself on Andy Warski's stream while I was on there. He called in with his dummy account, and that's how we figured it out. Yeah, so he has a hate boner for you. He was talking about the Acid Man stuff. So when, you know, and there was that paste bin that's now on the Kiwi Farms thread where you guys went at Acid Man, which may have caused FBI raids. Is there any truth to that?
FBI raids? Oh, that shit. I don't know, like... I'm trying, like, it depends. Is he, like, I remember Acid Man, like, the first thing that comes to mind is Acid Man, like, made this huge threat. Like, it always involves the fucking FBI for some reason. Like,
yeah.
Acid Man did this troll slash op, I guess. It was before, like, ops were used very differently back then. He basically made this post where he was, like, saying, I'm going to send, like, 10,000, I'm going to report all these people to the FBI. And he was, like, presented as this big, serious thing. And it was like a big back and forth. So did
that happen?
I don't know. I don't believe it did. I think it was all just tough talk, because what usually happens is when people say they're going to report someone for internet crimes, there's just no reason to do that. Like, if someone's doing some illegal stuff online, it's very rare to actually prosecute someone for something they did on the internet, firstly. And secondly, if in the cases where that happens, you just report to the authorities. And then there's no reason to announce it. The only reason to announce it is essentially to intimidate someone off the internet. That's it.
Yeah. Because he was the mod of Gamergate on Reddit, the subreddit or whatever. So did you guys? So your group though, you doxed him and
whoa. I was not involved in any group that doxed Acid Man.
Well, this is the claim. Okay. So, and there's a pastebin log of an IRC chat that has you doxing him, the group doxing him, saying they're going to report him to the IRS, and then there was other information about reporting him to making a false claim to the ATF, saying that he was trying to sell firearms to gang members.
Okay, so I can clarify some of that. As far as like the group, there were people that were invited in there to like talk to Acid Man, but I wasn't making those posts. Those posts were being made by another exceptional individual who really like we're talking A-log tier, who did a lot of shitty things.
Yeah, okay. No,
yeah, but that wasn't anything I condoned or anything like that.
Yeah, right. And so, do these IRC chats still take place? Is there a group that is still that you would say that you might affiliate with sometimes?
I don't use
still hang out in IRC chats.
Well, the thing is, like, that's another thing. Like, my use of IRC was very, very limited, to the point where, like, I don't even know why he's lumping me in with burgers and fries of all things.
Yeah. And do you still chat to Ethereum or anything?
Oh no! Oh, that's another thing. I can't stand that guy. That guy's a degenerate. That guy is like he was very egotistical. He had these weird political fringe beliefs, and like I openly shat on him by the end of Gamergate. Like I ceased being friends with him a long time ago. So and no, I don't use IRC. Like I haven't used IRC in years. So no, I'm not involved in any kind of groups at all. And the other thing is,
I wanted to get your take on it before I talk to you about Spectre.
Yeah. Like, so I honestly, like, I don't know where those rumors, like, my best guess for where those rumors are coming from are King of Pole.
Yeah, King of Pole. Yeah, I can tell you right now.
Yeah, like, I mean, like, I don't want to just, like, actually, no, I'll just get into it. Essentially, King of Pole is like a pathological liar, and I'm not saying that just to shun the guy, though he has a long sordid history of just making shit up over and over again. And I'm not sure how he keeps on popping up or being relevant, but he does. Like, it's like, I don't know. I guess maybe it's just not his history hasn't been well known. Like his first big lie that really, like, at one time he was actually a respected I guess streamer. Like he was the go-to guy for Gamergate shit, and he was like got the most views and stuff. And like, damn, I don't know. This always goes back to Gamergate. I fucking hate it. But he made up. He basically was duped by a shoop of Nick Denton saying, and I don't know who sent him the shoop to this day. It's always been a weird thing. But someone sent him what appeared to be a screenshot of Nick Denton. He was the guy who owned Gawker, by the way. Telling his staff on Facebook in a private group about agents they sent to infiltrate Gamergate. And yes, this is kind of the conspiratorial stuff that people would actually believe. Although I will clarify that, I don't want to clarify that, but yeah, this was considered a credible claim. And King of Pole went to various people and said that, oh yeah, they confirmed it. He said that he told Hot Wheels said that it was confirmed, and he went to Milo and he said that Milo went, it's confirmed. But here's the thing. Hot Wheels said it was confirmed, quote unquote, because he heard, and Hot Wheels was the owner of HN, back when that was a thing. He went to Hot Wheels. He never went to Milo at all. He lied about that. He never contacted Milo about that. He told Hot Wheels that yeah, Milo confirmed it. Milo being this big star journalist. That was before the whole Milo coming out about like his support of pedophilia shit. And actually, Milo was a lot more reserved back then in general, even beyond that. And Milo, so Hot Wheels contacted Milo, and Milo responded, "Nope, King of Pole never mentioned anything about this." So Hot Wheels wrote the post. King of Pole got exposed, and he was dunked on by a lot of people.
Yeah, oh yeah, he was certainly dunked on. Okay, so what happened was King of Pole hit me up after part 1, I think, was already done, or around the same time. So I got an interview with him, and he made a whole bunch of claims. From some of that, we were able to find chat logs, so other people were able to find chat logs and old stuff, which confirmed some things, or confirmed basically what the GG Revolt group was doing, but not necessarily yourself.
No, that's another thing.
Of the other things is that's where the Kiwi Farms thread then came from. Not from his interview, but it was from that research that was ongoing at the same time. That Spectre, I don't think, was a part of. That thread was then posted, and it said, as you can see up the top, it says John Kelly, and then no one usernames, and that had the Dalius or whatever it was. And that's when he started, Spectre sort of went on his own accord, from what Spectre's told me, and went and looked into it himself. Yeah. I spoke to Spectre this morning, and that's when he took down the videos, because I was trying to get him on a stream this weekend to go over his claims and to sort of, be like, okay, well, this is a bit, how did you even get to this? Like, if you make a video calling someone a pedophile, you better be willing to fucking stand by it. And then that's where did you put up that post that he put up today in Kiwi Farms?
I went over, he posted 2 posts he made on Twitter. Like he took a screenshot of and put on Twitter. I went over both on the stream. The FBI thing.
Yeah, the FBI thing.
This morning, did he mention anything about the FBI?
Yes. Yeah. I can't really say too much because he said not to really release it, but basically backing up the post that he's made on Kiwi Farms, that he then made as soon as I sort of jumped off the call, and then he made the videos private at the request of them, is what it says in the post. So I guess I can say as much as that. And that's what he claims. He says that he made a freedom of information request through his buddy, and that's what caused the FBI to come around. And
yeah,
but it's got something to do with something else, and it's not exactly related to you. I don't know. It just seems it's very wacky. I was sort of waking up when he sort of told me, and I just didn't know how to sort of respond to it. I said, "Hey, can I download the videos?" So I've got them.
Yeah, I got it.
He made them unlisted for me. Yeah.
Yeah, I got a copy of the videos as well.
Yeah, and then the reason why he made that second video is because I jumped into a VC with him when he posted that first one. He added me, and I was watching. I was just like, dude, what? You've just shown this one claim, like the one screenshot showing, what that person says on the website or whatever it was, and then and basically nothing else, like nothing to back up how he got there or anything like that. And then that's when he made the sort of second video. So I don't know. It's a whole bunch of spurgatory. So it's quite interesting to watch. I wanted your take, but
well, my take is that like both Spectre and King of Pole are very bad at digging. They're very bad at being honest, and like people accuse me of conspiracy shit or whatever, but you know, whatever. Like, and I have made mistakes.
I've accused you of that. So
yeah, I have made mistakes before, and yeah, that's fine. But like, they just go like really off the wall with that stuff. So
I think you both do it. That's the problem. Yeah, it's purgatory on both sides. I didn't know that Nick Recator had talked about that though. I think the fact that Gator had posted it on Twitter was the reason why he went that far. But
yeah, that's also really weird that Gator would just jump on this as well. Like I said, he was right there when Spectre was going on about the Pentagon stuff.
There you go. Well, I'm talking about it on my stream Saturday, 9 p.m. CST. You're more than welcome to come on or just have a listen in. I'm going to play what King of Pole said. I'm not really going to stand by any of it at this point. I'm just going to sort of show what was said and the claims and stuff. But that's why I only made the one video, and it was sort of just related to me and the COG stuff, a bit about Nick Recator, and that was it. Because it just turned into spurgatory.
Yeah,
absolute
like
spurgatory.
I might tune in this Saturday. I don't think I'll be coming on though, but I might tune in and listen. There's something I need to correct you on though. Anyone saying that GG Revolt is a group, that's bullshit. The reason why is because GG Revolt was literally an image board on 8chan. There wasn't there may have been people who posted on GG Revolt who were also in groups, but there's no such thing as being a GG Revolt member. There's no such thing as like having an account on there. There's no like a GG Revolt Discord or whatever. That was actually before. Well, Discord was around, but it wasn't well known. There wasn't anything like that. Well, actually, I think someone did actually make a GG Revolt Discord, but I say that in saying that it wasn't like it was on the board or anything. It wasn't like official or whatever. So there was no...
No, well, the accusation is that there was a group. It was Therium, a few other people, and they all had the triangle symbol in their Twitter name.
Yeah, the triangles meme was like the triangles meme came from Thidrin. That's a whole other... Like, that spans like almost the entire history of Gamergate, and it refers to like at least 2 or 3 different groups. So, and mostly it was just a meme because, let me see if I can find it. Actually, I might send this one to you. You might get a kick out of this.
Yeah, that'd be good.
Give me a second.
And you don't mind if I clip this stream and play it on Saturday just to get...
I don't have, like, if people want, like, I'm not gonna say that people can't take my content and reuse it. Like, if I post something on this particular channel, it's free for anyone to use as far as I'm concerned. Like I would have an issue like if someone like wanted to like clip something out of context or whatever, but I'm not gonna like take it down or whatever.
Yeah, well, I'm not really. It's going to be a big disclaimer at the start saying, well, this is just we're looking at it as far as it just being a whole bunch of spurgatory, not as a whole bunch of, you know, of let's have a go at John Kelly and other people. It's just like it's amazing crap.
The thing, like, yeah, it's just the whole Gamergate shit. I mean, the one good thing it did was it made people laugh. At least I'll say that. But there was a lot of people, like myself included, regrettably, that in fact I think Medicare even feels this way. Like, they got involved thinking that like it could create some sort of a change or to push something, and it's just like it wasn't. The expectations were set way too freaking high with that stuff.
Yeah, I get the position of GG Revolt. Other people want on as well, so I don't want to hold up your time.
Sure.
One more thing. Do you have dirt on the Gunt?
Oh?
Do you have dirt on even Ralph? You do.
Okay, if you want dirt on the Gunt, like, I don't like, you know, I'll tell you this much. Oh, you mean like anything behind the scenes? No, I don't have anything like that, if you mean something. I have a long memory and I know a bunch of his antics, but as far as anything that, like, oh, did the Ralph ever admit anything to you behind the scenes or anything like that? I don't have anything about that, and frankly, I don't think I would even disclose it, even as much as I don't like him. But if you want material to work off of, one thing that people seem to have forgotten about is like Ralph was part of a secret, another doxing server. You might even find it worse than Nick Rekieta's antics. And I covered this when he got accused of being like a doxer and stuff. And the reason we know this is because Zoom actually disclosed everything, and he brought on the people that were involved in it.
You're just talking about the Ralph. What was it called? Fuck, I can't remember. Diorio made a shit video about it.
Yeah, the thing is, like I don't know what Diorio's sources were or whatever. I'm not endorsing that video, but he happened to be correct. And I wouldn't use that guy as a source ever. The source I'm using is Zoom, like sharing his screen, showing the Discord, and inviting like the people that were in that Discord in, and they all confirmed it. I believe the channel, the video on the channel is Ethan Ralph doxing server. What was it? Is Ethan Ralph a doxer? Was the title. And while he himself may have not been doxing people, he was essentially engaging in like some. He had other people dox others for him in that server, and he had them do some pretty underhanded shit as well.
That's what you're claiming. There you go.
Yeah, so you can check that out if you like. But as far as anything secret goes, again, I don't have anything like that. And if I did have anything like that, I wouldn't disclose it. So.
Yeah. Well, that's what King of Pole said. So it was another. He said he might have something. So.
Yeah.
That's what I would ask.
Yeah, but it's like, I don't know, man. I mean, it's like, I might comment on like, I'm not really interested in like, I think it's an unreasonable kind of goal to set to say, oh, well, we should be taking people out. Like even someone like Nick Rekieta, like honestly, I see what this kind of attitude does to people, because I don't believe Nick Rekieta applies this at all. But when he says that cancel culture is a problem, he has somewhat of a point. Because I'm seeing this attitude where people are just like, oh, well, this person did this shitty thing. It's time to take them out. It's time to remove them from the internet. And it leads to a lot of obsessive behaviors that aren't really helpful. And it doesn't really result in anything good at the end of the day. Like,
no, it was nothing like that. It was just because it was mentioned. I thought I'd ask. So.
Yeah, all right.
Because you used to be a co-host of the original Kill Stream. Some shit.
No. Wait, what? No. I was on the Kill Stream, yes. But I wasn't a co-host. At most, I was a guest. At least for 2 episodes. But
is that all?
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah. I wasn't a co-host.
I'm glad I didn't make the part 2 then. Oh man, thanks for having me. I think there's other callers. Like Adol Wolf wants to get on and shit.
Yeah, sure. Just tell him to get into the VC, and I can drag him in.
All right, man. Oh, cheers, mate.
All right. Have a good night.
See ya.
All right. I heard Adolwolf wants to come on. If he wants to come on, he can. He has to join the Discord server first, and then he'll have to join the pub channel, and then I can drag him into call-ins. But I don't see him in the server. Okay, you're in the gateway. I just need you to agree to the rules, and you should be in. Actually, here, I'll help you out. I'll just give you the role manually. There you go. All right, and next, I'll need you to join the pub channel. All right, while we wait, let me think. Is there any other points that I want to bring up? I did have more material prepared that I wanted to go over. But it's escaped my mind. All right, I'm going to give... all right, I'm just going to message him real quick. And if he doesn't show up, I'm just going to close out the stream, and that'll be that. Okay, still waiting. He says to give him a hot sec. I can only have so much time, man. All right. Okay, so what else can we talk about in the meantime while we wait for him for just a bit? Is there anything else I'm missing here? Let me think. I think there might have been a couple of other points. Let me see if Spectre's been tweeting anything else out. Oh, there is one thing I should mention since Ralph was brought up. I may have noticed that Ralph wasn't commenting on this. He didn't jump on this, and I gotta give the devil credit where it's due. One thing I will say about Ralph is that it's actually in his favor for once, is that he's not gonna go ahead and jump the gun on this. Like, if he's not drunk or hot-headed, he can smell a spurg a mile away. He saw that with Spectre, and he didn't jump on this story, which, yeah, like, I know Ralph hates my guts. I know that he would love to see me raked over the coals, but, yeah, he's a little bit smarter than Gator. Actually, a lot smarter than Gator. Okay. Alright. So, I guess that's that. What else is there? Let's see. I don't think there's much. Oh, you know what? There is one thing that I forgot about. There's one thing I forgot about. How about that? I could talk about right now. Okay, it's another lulzy moment with Spectre. I wonder if he deleted this tweet. I'll have to find out. That's okay. We won't have to waste time with that. I'll just get the archive. Huh. Let's see. Okay, Adolf is here. We'll save that for later or another time. Okay, Adolf, you're on the air.
Hey, hold on. Let me mute the stream. There we go. Hey, what's going on? How you doing, sir?
Doing good. How about yourself?
Not too bad. Not too bad. I just saw you had a stream going on talking about Spectre. Somebody sent it to me.
Okay. What did you want to say?
Sorry. I go back a little bit. I don't know if you know of the YouTuber, the Quartering.
I'm a little bit familiar with him. Go on.
So like a year ago, over a year ago, probably, he was permanently banned from Magic the Gathering, and all of his digital content that was tied to his like Magic the Gathering account was basically stolen from him by Wizards of the Coast. And so a couple of other people and I that were interested in it had started a podcast to like kind of just talk about just games in general, the way the gaming world was going. But that was kind of the focus at start because it was really hot material. And this guy Spectre comes along, hey, I got a channel, like I would totally love to be a guest. And, because we were kind of blowing up at the time. So we're like, oh, this guy seems nice enough. He seems like he's eager to like give information and whatnot. I didn't know anything about him, see what this guy's got, So he ends up doing a Twitch stream, which I come on and the other podcast members come on, and they get the Quartering Jeremy Hambley, they get him on, and he basically squashes a beef with we get him to squash a beef with a guy he was beefing with on Twitter. And it was kind of a big thing at the time, and we got a lot of praise for that because it was kind of, us reaching out to him and reaching out to the other guy and just kind of being this neutral party to try to get these guys together. Well, suddenly the stream just disappears, right? Because he wasn't getting the credit. So, it's like, that's kind of weird. Like, how do you not have a backup saved up on OBS, or how do you not have this set up right? So, time goes on. He comes on as a guest and he makes all these pie in the sky promises like, oh, I'm going to get on the local Boston radio station to talk about this, and nothing ever happens. And every time we would do a show, this guy would be blowing up my DMs, like begging me to come on. And he was often rude to other guests that we had. He would lash out at them and like get very angry and belligerent. So I just kind of told him no, And I didn't have enough time to tell the other podcast members that I'd like told this guy, just no, this is getting out of hand. That he asked somebody else and they let him on the show and it was just a shit show. So that was kind of the first time I'd just been like, I gotta separate myself from this guy. He's crazy, you know? Alarm bells going off, so to speak. So time goes on a little bit further, and some of the other podcast members have their own YouTube channels. And they were trying to, you know, build up their small YouTube channels. So they were like reaching out to other similar content creators saying, hey, you follow me, I'll comment your videos. We can like check each other's videos to see if everybody's, you know, up to snuff, and just kind of force each other to like, you know, push each other. Well, he started accusing people of doing like follow for follow, which was against YouTube's policy at the time, and just fighting with people. And I'd always stayed out of it. And I told these guys, they were kind of new to the internet, I was like, just don't fight with this guy. This guy's just a spurt. This guy's just a loser. Leave him alone. If you stop talking about him, he's got no clout. He'll find somebody else to bother. And they didn't take my advice, of course. And eventually it led to the point where they had like a sit down chat with him and, you know, drew a truce with him, so to speak. And I really had nothing to say on the matter. So, you know, I was just kind of indifferent. I didn't really want to deal with the guy. I didn't really hate the guy at the time. So I posted a statement. I'm just like, you know, I'm indifferent. Don't really care. It has nothing really to do with me. It was really these two other guys that had a beef with him. And he freaked the F out on me. Like freaked out, harassing me on Twitter, making comments, going into Discords, trying to like start fights with me every 5 seconds. And he just would jump from group to group. He hung on Ralph's nuts for a while. He got called out on that. Tried to hang out on Andy Worski's nuts for a while. Got called out on that. Hanging around the Kumite. Got called out on that. Now he's, you know, hanging on Nick Rekida's nuts. And it sounds like he's getting called on that. But, you know, he's been known to lie about several things. He's going to talk to General Mattis about this situation. And, you know, the lies about his military record. He was fighting with Zoom, and Zoom tried to dox him. Apparently his docs were wrong. So what does Spectre do? Release his own docs to prove that the docs that somebody had on him was wrong.
That sounds smart.
Yeah, this guy is a super genius. But yeah, every once in a while he tries to go after me or tries to mess with me. You know, if I talk to somebody that he once knew, he'll go out of his way to try to dox me. He sent me a friendly notification one time on Twitter saying, hey, by the way, 8chan's cow is trying to dox you and Andy Worski and Geek Thulu. Just thought I'd let you know, is this your name? Kind of one of those like intimidating messages like, oh, is this your information? Because I'm going to post it there. I go to cow. Nobody's talking about me but him. So I've got evidence of this. I've got screenshots. I'll send it to you if you want.
Sure, you feel free to send that to me. Like, none of this surprises me at all. It does match up some of my recollection of what groups he was circling around those times. The intimidation thing, yeah, he did that with me before the pedo smear. He was in Nick Rekida's Discord saying, hey, if you want to find John Kelly's docs, it was posted right on this place in Kiwi Farms. And he's like, oh, I'm not a doxer, though. I just published it. And I just linked to it, guys. And he does that kind of song and dance sort of thing. But he's yeah, none of what you say, I don't disbelieve what you're saying here. Actually,
yeah, but it's just kind of funny to see this guy jump from group to group. And this is what he does. He'll hang out there until people get sick and tired of him. I literally used to have screenshots on my old computer before I built this one, that had him whining on Discords about me and other people that I was in a podcast with. And people were like, we don't care. They don't even have a podcast anymore. Why are you still talking about them?
Yeah.
Like, people literally kicked him from Discords because he wouldn't stop talking about it. And that's what he does. He gets really buddy with you, and as soon as you reject him, you're not his dad anymore. And then he's going to go off in a rage. And right now it seems like you're a target too.
Yeah, so, and now you mention it, you reminded me. I had Spectre on this show before to defend himself against one of his enemies, Geek Thulu. I let him on. Yeah. I let him say his piece. And I didn't have a problem with him after that. And then, like, as soon as I challenged Nick Rekida to a debate, he gets ass blasted over it, and then he goes after me, and and that's when his campaign of lies and smears and doxing began. And I don't fucking know why. I mean, like, why would you get to that level? I mean, sure, I poked. The only thing I can think of is I poked fun of him every now and then for like the Pentagon shit, and that's it. Like,
yeah,
like at a certain point, like, I mean, I just don't get it.
Yeah, I mean, and that's stuff that he supposedly like makes fun of himself for, but you know, if somebody else does it, all of a sudden it's war. And that's his mentality. He thinks he's going to go to war with people on the internet over any type of dispute. And you made fun of Daddy Nick Rekieta. I don't mind Nick Rekieta. I've had a conversation with him before. He's a nice guy to me, like whatever. But you challenge anybody's nuts that he's hanging on. Oh my God, got to go after him. You know, he was going after Andy when he was backing Tonka for a while. And then when Tonka came out to be a fraud, then he was all over Andy's nuts, trying to hang out with Andy. This is what this guy does. So as soon as Nick Rekieta comes out, which it sounds like if Nick Rekieta made a big boo-boo by taking this source as an actual legitimate source, when he realizes what this guy is up to and he gets booted from Nick Rekieta, you watch. You'll be long forgotten, and he'll be going after Nick Rekieta, or he'll try to smooth up to you and be like, hey, John Kelly, you know, you hate Nick Rekieta too. Let's go after him together. I got all this dirt on Nick Rekieta. I took screenshots of his Discord that I'm in because I'm his Patreon. So just watch. As soon as Nick Rekieta is like, this guy's an absolute spurg, any association with him is going to make me look bad, he'll be coming to you.
Yeah, like I'm not. There's no way I'm working with Spectre on anything after that. He tried to call me a pedo. Like after that, like there's just like no, fuck that shit. Like he can go fuck himself.
Yeah, that seems to always be his go-to as well. Like, how can I make this guy a pedo? You know, he was saying Geek Lulu was a pedo. Geek had some 16-year-old trans person in there making a comment about how they're trans or something, and it was kind of the like traps for hot meme kind of thing going between him and Andy. And he made a comment about it, right? He had no idea this person was underage, and as soon as they said they were underage, he was like, yeah, you got to go. Like, you can't be in here. Like, I don't want underage people in here. Cause problems. And that person left. Wasn't a big deal. Well, somebody sent the out of context screenshot to Spectre, and he was on a whole Geek Thulu's a tranny jailbaiter hunter, you know, trend for like 2 or 3 weeks after that.
Oh yeah, and I remember that. Actually, you know what? In that case, I may have been over like you know, I may have been uncharitable to Geek Thulu in that case. I'd have to go over it again to be honest. Because because that was the thing he came on the on my show to talk about. But you know, given this shit, like I think that Spectre's story there is just bullshit at this point. Like honestly, or at the very least, I wouldn't take it at fucking face value. So yeah, like at this point, I'd be more like now. Granted, I'm not saying that like, you know, I'm not approving of any degenerate act of hitting on trannies that Geek Thulu may or may not be engaging in, but like to call him a pedo when he didn't know, and Spectre's source for Geek Thulu totally knew because he DM'd me. Well, considering he makes up sources, no, I can't go with that. So.
Yeah, another thing too is Spectre had all these insider knowledge that worked for Wizards of the Coast, so he knew what Wizards was planning on doing all the time.
Really?
And that's what he would always say, right? But then every time he would predict something, nothing would ever come out of it. So one time, one of the guys that I worked with on this podcast had been temporarily banned for suspected cheating. It was just kind of a misunderstanding, but the guy was losing against him, so he was like, yeah, he was cheating. And so the judge just made like a call, you know, just had too many people there. Don't have too much time to think about it. Here's your red card. See you next year kind of thing. So he knew that this guy had been banned because he had talked about it before. Well, if you go on the Wayback Machine, you can go look up people's names because it was very open about what his actual real life was, and can find a DCI number, which is related to being banned. So Spectre makes a burner Twitter account and messages this person saying that WotC knows about you and you're going to get rebanned for being part of this podcast. And he'd been talking about it, and I basically called him out like several times on his show and group DMs saying that you're an idiot, dude. There's no way these people give a fuck about a podcast that's less than 200 people subscribe to. You know what I mean? Like, this is a brand new podcast running for 5 months. They do not care about us here.
Yeah, it's really sounds like Spectre doesn't even know it. Like, it sounds like as much as Spectre has his vitriol against all these different people, it also sounds like he doesn't know how to actually do the how to actually hurt someone, which is a good thing.
No, he's completely. It is as harmless as it gets. It's pretty funny. If he didn't have Kiwi Farms to run to, which people there seem like they just hate him. Every time he posts something, you go look at his posts and see what the replies are to his posts. People are like, "You're an idiot," or people are just making fun of him or hitting him with the autistic tag or whatever. I mean, he's not liked anywhere he goes, because people know he's just a leech at this point.
Yeah,
I was really surprised that after the Vic lawsuit kind of dialed down, that he hadn't moved on to greener pastures, trying to find somebody else to clout chase.
I don't know why people that's the weird thing. Well, it's not so weird, but it seems like the higher brass, as I call them, of I Stand With Vic, the e-celebs who are still making content on this thing. It seems like they want to milk this for all it's worth. Like, Nick Arcade has married himself to it, so of course he has to. And of course that means there's going to be a stable audience of a few thousand people that, they can leech off of for, use for donations of this or that variety. And it does not seem like honestly, I don't know. I don't understand why someone would donate to the Kickstarter at this point, as an example. And I don't think that it would make for very good content for long. And I'm wondering how people are going to react once they see that the Vic Mignogna lawsuit just completely falls apart. Especially given that Vic is going to have to pay a lot of money to these people. Are people still just going to say that Nick did everything right? Are they going to say, well, he fucked up, but is it going to be or are they just going to call him out? I mean, I understand you have a different opinion about the guy, but I don't know if let's just assume for sake of argument that Nick's not scamming anyone or whatever. Are people going to stand by him after the lawsuit falls apart? I'm wondering that.
So, I mean, I've had this discussion with other people. I think that Nick had a really good thing going where he was breaking down lawsuits, and he got really personally involved in this Vic thing. And it was kind of a gamble, right? I mean, even from take out any prejudice or any bias you might have towards the guy. Think about it from just a YouTuber point of view. It's kind of a crazy thing to completely personalize your channel and marry yourself to a lawsuit, especially one of on this magnitude, something that's really big in the anime community that you're not really a part of, something that could go either way. And if it fails and you're personally involved, it kind of blows up in your face too, right? I mean, that's just kind of a crazy thing to gamble your whole channel on. I don't know.
Yeah.
But I've had a few conversations with Nick in the past. It's very polite, man. Helped me out with some things. I don't have anything bad to say about him. I don't think he's scamming anybody. I think that it was just something that he really caught fire on, and knowing a lawyer to get in touch with and having inside scoops was just something that he rode the train on. You can't really blame him either, but it's definitely something I don't know if I would have got that personally involved in. He based his whole channel, and like you said, if it blows up in his face, the appeals don't go through, whatever, it's not going to be good. It's going to take a lot of credibility away from him. So
yeah. All right. Do you have anything else to say, or?
Not that I could think of, man. I don't really know you. I would say that if you felt like you were untraveled to Geek, Geek is a good guy. He's a good friend of mine. I would consider him a good friend, and I would definitely reach out and say, hey, man, apologize for this, or I didn't know the full story, or whatever. I'm sure you'd appreciate it. So,
I'll just let you. I'm not in good terms with Geek, but. I might just consider in this case, given that Spectre, Geek has not done anything on the level that Spectre just done, so I might actually reach out to the guy and tell him, hey, you know what? Yeah, about that thing about that one time that Spectre was calling you a pedophile. Yeah, I think that's I think that's bullshit at this point. I think I was wrong about that, and I shouldn't have let him on the show.
Yeah, Geek's a different guy these days. He's not really holding his old bias. He's doing his own thing. He's not really getting involved in wars with people on the internet. He's a different guy. So he'd probably appreciate it.
Okay. All right. I'm gonna let you go. I'm gonna wish you a good night.
Thank you, sir.
All right. See ya.
See ya.
All right. So I think that wraps things up. I'm not seeing anyone else wanting to come on, except Holy No Box wants to come on. I'm not sure who that is, but if he's still listening, If he comes in pub within the next 2 minutes, then I'll drag him in. Otherwise, yeah, it wraps things up. So to recap, Spectre made multiple videos about me alleging that I did all these horrible things. I'm such a horrible person. The most serious of these allegations was that I'm a pedophile. And I did a video response to it. I debunked pretty much all of his claims. And he's since privated the videos. And he's claimed that, you know, the FBI is in on it. And he has to, because the FBI, he signed an agreement with the FBI over it. I don't believe that for a minute. Spectre makes up contacts and sources all the time. And I don't think things are going to be looking up for him for the next couple of weeks. That's my honest view on it. And I think the next out he's going to try, or one of his fans or someone related to this is going to try is, oh, it was all a troll. You just got trolled and triggered. Okay, yeah, sure, that's cute. I don't believe that. I think Spectre actually convinces himself of the mentions, the conspiracies and theories that I've had, that he's had about me. He mentioned on his stream. Well, here's about why I was.
Is Kill Signal 1 and Spectre's a Stolen Valor reach.
Okay, anything else?
John Bolden will lead us to total Aryan victory.
All right, you have a good night, my sir, and peace out. All right, that was Polly, and all right, that wraps up the show. Hope you all have a good night. I don't know when I'll do another one of these again. Like, in all honesty, I don't plan on doing one. Like I was saying before, if Spectre didn't say shit, if Spectre just decided not to make any content on me, I'd be gone. I have other life. I have other things to do with my life than to be on the internet. That was the thing. I wanted to move on to other stuff at that point. But no, Spectre had to drag me back in, and I had to go ahead and just respond. So, I guess he got me to do at least one more stream. Anyway, you all have a good night, and peace out.